everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this week's vlog, I'm heading out for a run with the dog. It is Twixmas at the time of filming, that weird time between Christmas and New Year. And I am so excited to head out for this run because I haven't done a run on the trails or on hills or in Dorset basically since getting diagnosed with EBV, so I'm super excited to get out. It will be a very ploddy one. I'll be bringing you guys along with me, but not before introducing you to this week's sponsor, which is Nutriburst. So I've been taking Nutri-Greens, which is this thing here, for a few weeks now and trialing it out. Nutriburst is a science-based vitamins company and they have lots of different things. So this is the one that I've been taking. So this is Nutri-Greens and it is filled with 22 different fruits, vegetables, herbs and mushrooms in it to support your immune system. And it's also got vitamins, pre and probiotics and zinc in there. So I don't know about you guys, but I want to do whatever I can at this time of year, especially to support my immune system. And this really has everything in it that you could possibly need. Obviously it doesn't replace a healthy diet, but it is really good for boosting your immune system. And of course it is sugar-free and vegan as well, so perfect for all of you guys. And most importantly for me as well, it does taste absolutely delicious. So I really look forward to taking this every day. And actually I haven't taken mine yet today, so that is that. And of course I have a discount code for you guys, so check it out in the caption below and you guys can get some money off. So without further ado, I'm gonna head out for my run and bring you guys along with me, and I hope you enjoy it. It's gonna take about an hour probably. It's not gonna be that far though. It's gonna be about 8 kilometers, but as you can probably tell from the change of scenery, we are down in Dorset at the moment. I say we, I'm here with Tia, who is pulling me along a little bit at the moment, and we're about to go up the hill and do a nice loop, which I'm really familiar with. It's one of my favourite to do down here, so I'll be bringing you along with me. An amazing Christmas and New Year. At the time of recording it is 2 days before New Year and a few days after Christmas, and this is my second run I've done over the Christmas break, but the first one being a 4-kilometer trot yesterday, which was very slow and very difficult. I think my body is truly exhausted after Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but I find Christmas exhausting at the best of times. So with EBV it is even more tiring, but the last couple of days have been spent relaxing, and like, what an amazing place to do it. Hey, this hill I used to run up pretty much every single day in lockdown and now it's a struggle even to walk up. I mean, I think even if I was really fit I'd struggle to run up here, but you just get used to things, don't you? Oh, how's that for sunshine? We haven't had sun in a while, so it's a little damp underfoot, but very, very beautiful. Yes, good girl. Finally to the top of that hill. That is 1 kilometer. Took me 10 minutes 20. I mean, it is a tough hill. Look at those views behind me. Really lucked out with the weather today. It's been pretty grim recently. There's been a storm coming through and this is the one day in a lull between 2 storms. So yeah, that's why I decided I had to go out today, even though
Usually I'd have a rest day between 2 runs at the moment, but you know, you've got to make the most of days like this when they come around in winter, don't you? The good thing about getting up and over that hill at the very beginning is that once you've done that, it's mostly downhill, a couple of little uphill bits, which are always a bit of a struggle, but it's downhill until the middle part, and there's a bit of an uphill, and then it's downhill to the end, and then a bit of an uphill at the end as well. So not too bad. It means I can stretch my legs a little bit and actually run. I'm trying to keep this in zone 2, but with the amount of mud, even walking quite often is at the higher end of zone 2, so it's a bit of a struggle, but I'm working within my constraints here and just trying the hardest. I always have the best intentions to go out for a zone 2 run, but quite frankly, unless it's road, I actually really struggle, because even running downhill whilst talking to you, I'm midway through my zone 2, and if this was road, I'd probably be at the bottom end of my zone 2. So it does make a big difference, and I think that's something people struggle with when they move from road to trails. They're suddenly like, oh my god, it's so much harder. Even if it is flat, it is so much harder, especially in winter where it's like walking through the trenches, really. Certainly around here it's heavy clay, so it's really heavy underfoot, but that's not why we do trails, is it? We do it for the views, and they are beautiful, so I'm very happy to be out. I am wearing my trailiest trail shoes, but even they can't cope with this. It's like a marsh. What? This is probably the state of the rest of the run. Gross. What? Oh. Come on. Mucky, mucky, mucky. Oh. Now, mud obviously can't be purely a British thing, but it does feel very British. Can any of my foreign subscribers, people not from the UK, let me know if claggy mud is a serious issue on all your trails? It's just something we kind of put up with. Clearly I'm not putting up with it very well at the moment, but I would love to know if it's like a global thing. I mean, obviously mud exists everywhere, but it's just all about open access trails. I just, like, a lot of them are impassable in winter because it would literally go up to your calves and you'd get stuck and lose all your shoes. So let me know in the comments below, and let me know if you just run different routes. I guess a lot of places have snow and ice, in which case you wouldn't have mud until it all melts in spring, but I'm just guessing here because I've never run year round in another country, really. Whew. I am tired today. I think Tia is as well. She keeps stopping and sniffing things where I'm pretty sure there's nothing to sniff. And I reckon she's feeling tired from Christmas as well. Whew, it is windy today. Oh, come on. How do we get there, baby? You lead the way, come on then. Tia's a bit of a prissy with, no, you can't go through the fence, with mud as well, so usually I'm not, but when it's mixed in with cow wee, I'm not a major. No, Tia, cow wee! Not a major fan. Come on. Ooh, there's a plank of wood under here somewhere. I know there is. Oh no, this is gonna go horribly wrong. Come on, little one. Oh, there goes my shoe. Oh Jesus. Sorry, Tia. Someone has very kindly put planks of wood under here, but I just can't see them. Now I'm stuck in the brambles and I can't shut the gate. Oh my god. Wow, this is going so well. Definitely not breaking any records today. Oh. All right. Go on then. Sorry, baby. Okay. Woohoo! Oh, great. Look at the state of my shoes. Sorry, Tia. Go on then. Up we go. Back walking again on the final uphill before we get to the peak of this route. It's actually, up until now, not bothered me majorly that I literally can't run hills without having to walk. Today's the first day that I've actually been really miffed about it. I was so excited for this run and I love this route, but I mean, calling it a run is generous for sure. I'm walking right now and my heart rate's in zone 3. Like, I can't go any slower. It's really, really annoying because I just want to be able to get out there and run. And I was feeling pretty good before Christmas. And then, well, like the week before Christmas. And then Christmas came along. And then it's too many late nights, too much socializing, blah, blah, blah. Lovely though it is, it's definitely very tiring. And now it feels like I've gone back a month in my progress. And that's really disheartening, even though it's obviously a beautiful day and I'm very happy to be out. It's also really frustrating to feel like that progress has just gone overnight. Anyway, I'll get over it. Hopefully I'll just get back on track soon. It's just annoying, you know? But anyway, there are worse places to be complaining. It is beautiful at least. Very stormy sea over there. Whew. Feeling very windswept. A little bit windswept on this run. Being buffeted. So the storm is just switching between one named storm and another named storm. So today is nice and sunny, but a lot windier than I was expecting. That's why we're down here, because Rhian, my boyfriend, is hunting for fossils, which is the best thing to do when it's stormy, apparently. I don't know. I just come along for the greenery and scenery. To clarify what I said earlier about being slow and unfit, especially on hills. It's not being unfit that I mind at all. In fact, just before Christmas I was feeling unfit and I was really happy about it, because just feeling unfit means I can do something about it. All I need to do is just build up my training slowly. The problem is that I don't just feel unfit, it's a regression back to feeling fatigued for no apparent reason rather than feeling unfit. So obviously I am unfit at the moment, that's not surprising, I've not done very much running, but also feeling fatigued and feeling like no matter how much I trained I would be getting worse rather than better is a really frustrating thing to have happen. I don't mind being slow at all, in the slightest. It still means I can get out and have fun and enjoy myself. Tia! Tia's gone the wrong way. Good girl. But being fatigued means that the more training I do, the worse I'll get. So it's sort of, to the outsider, if you just looked at my Strava runs, there would be no difference because they'd be like a similar pace, but to me the difference is night and day. It's how I feel on the runs, it's how I recover after the runs, and it's how training more affects me. Does it make me fitter or does it make me more fatigued? And that's the big difference. Oh, I love this bit. Let me show you. So pretty. What? Anyway, I just wanted to clarify because I don't want anyone thinking that I'm saying that being slow is bad, because it's absolutely not. If you're enjoying yourself, that is by far the most important thing. But being fatigued means that it's quite hard for me to enjoy myself because I think every step is making me worse rather than better, and that's really sad and frustrating. But I understand training, so hopefully it's just a couple of weeks of recovery from Christmas and then I can actually get back to things. That would be nice. On to the final 2 uphill sections of the run. Definitely walking this. We've done 6.2 kilometers so far, just a couple of K back. So I'm doing a course at the moment called Nature-Based Solutions to Disasters and Climate Change. I've been taking my sweet time doing it, just in my free time obviously, but it's super interesting. It's basically like how we can mitigate against climate change with using nature. So for example, planting trees not to absorb carbon dioxide but to absorb water, because obviously, well, I say obviously, it's not that obvious unless you actually really think about it, but when you chop down all the trees, their roots no longer absorb water and you end up with the situation that I had earlier today, being stuck in mud because all the water just percolates through all the soil really quickly and ends up, I mean, there's nowhere for it to go, so it either floods places or it just sits on the ground and you end up with a sort of quagmire that nothing can grow in, and it makes it very hard to run. But anyway, I just thought it was really interesting. For anyone who's interested in that sort of thing, it's completely free. It's with the UN and PEDRR and the Sustainability Goals Academy. Hang on, I'm going to put it up here so that I can just double check all of the details, but if any of you are interested in science, ecology and climate change or sustainability, it's a really good course to do, just to sort of better your understanding of like practical solutions to things. But I've been thinking about it every time I run, because they, on the recent, like around here, they've actually started replanting trees in areas where sheep graze, because of course sheep can still graze around trees, and then the trees reduce the flooding for the houses at the bottom of the hill, and it's a win-win-win. And then the trees also provide shade in the summer for the sheep and shelter when it gets really rainy, and yeah, it's a win-win situation and super interesting. Look at that little face and how fluffy he is. Fluffy, fluffy, cute. That there is a real tennis court. If you don't know what real tennis is, Google it, because I don't know well enough to tell you, but it's like an old-fashioned form of tennis. And apparently King Henry VIII used to play there. So there you go, that's your fun historical fact of the day. Whew. I have never played there because I don't know what real tennis is. Anyway, nearly back, just over 8 kilometers done. Tia's having another burst of energy, which is just as well because I have none left. And she's pulling me the last little bit home. 8.2 kilometers done. I'm definitely a bit tired, but for what it's worth, that was quite a lot harder terrain and hill-wise than my usual treadmill runs. Nice to mix it up though a little bit and don't get quite so achingly bored on a run like today's. And it was so nice to be out. Look at that sunshine. Whew. It's so rare to get a day like these at this time of year, so definitely happy to have made the most of it. And now I'll be spending the rest of the day on the sofa eating Christmas chocolates and lots of other good food. That's the plan. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. There's a nice little mix of science, sports and one little history fact in there. Hope that's enjoyable for you guys. If you did enjoy it, please do give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I would love to hear how your Christmas was, whether you celebrate or not, and if you got in any cool runs or went anywhere exciting or found out anything new or got any cool presents, especially if it's something that I recommended. I'm always interested in hearing about that. But yeah, that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!